Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from the Srimad Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 2, text number 20. Jāyate mriyate va kadācin nāyaṁ bhūtvā bhavitā va na bhūyaḥ ayo nityaḥ śāśvato ayam purāṇo na hanyate hanyamāne śarīre na jāyate mriyate va kadācin nāyaṁ bhūtvā bhavitā va na bhūtvā ayo nityaḥ śāśvato ayam purāṇo na hanyate hanyamāne śarīre na jāyate mriyate va kadācin nāyaṁ bhūtvā bhavitā va na bhūyaḥ ayo nityaḥ śāśvato ayam purāṇo na hanyate hanyamāne śarīre na jāyate mriyate va kadācin nāyaṁ bhūtvā bhavitā va na bhūyaḥ ayo nityaḥ śāśvato ayam purāṇo na hanyate hanyamāne śarīre. Word-to-word translation. Never. Jāyate takes birth. Mriyate dies. Va either. Kadācit at any time, past, present, or future. Never. Ayam this. Bhūtvā having come into being. Bhavitā will come to be. Va or na not. Bhūyaḥ or is again coming to be. Ajaḥ unborn. Nityaḥ eternal. śāśvataḥ permanent. Ayam this. Purāṇaḥ the oldest. Never. Hanyate is killed. Hanyamāne being killed. Śarīre the body. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Repeat after me. For the soul There is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Purport by His Divine Grace, La Prabhupada. Purport. Qualitatively, the soul, the small atomic fragmental part of the Supreme Spirit, is one with the Supreme. He undergoes no changes like the body. Sometimes the soul is called the steady or kutastha. The body is subjected to 6 kinds of transmigration. It takes a birth from the womb of a woman's body, remains for some time, grow, produce some effects, gradually dwindles, and at the last vanishes into oblivion. The soul, however, does not go through short changes, for the soul is not born, but because he takes on a material body, the body takes its birth. This soul does not take birth there, and the soul does not die. Anything which has birth also has death. And because the soul has no birth, he therefore has no past, present, or future. He is eternal, ever existing, and primeval. That is, there is no trace in history of his coming into being. Under this impression of the body, we see that history of birth, etc., of the soul. The soul does not at any time become old as the body does. The so-called old man, therefore, feels himself to be in the same spirit as in his childhood or youth. The changes of the body does not affect the soul. The soul does not deteriorate like a tree, nor anything material. The soul has not byproducts either. The byproducts of the body, namely children, are all different individual souls, and owing to the body, they appear as children of a particular man. The body develops because of the soul's presence, but the soul has neither offshoots nor changes. Therefore, the soul is free from the 6 changes of the body. In the Cantar Upanishad 1-18, we also find a similar passage which reads, jāyate mriyate vipasin nāyaṁ kadācin bhūtvā kadācit nityaḥ śāśvato yam purāṇo hanyamāne śarīre. The meaning and purport of this verse is the same as in the Bhagavad-Gita, but here in this verse there is one special word, vipasit, which means learn or with knowledge. The soul is full of knowledge, or full always with consciousness. Therefore, consciousness is the symptom of the soul. Even if one does not find the soul within the heart, where he is situated, one can still understand the presence of the soul simply by the presence of consciousness. Sometimes we do not find the sun in the sky owing to clouds or for some other reasons, but the light of the sun is always there, and we are convinced that it is therefore daytime. As soon as there is a little light in the sky early in the morning, we can understand that the sun is in the sky. Similarly, since there is some consciousness in all bodies, whether man or animal, we can understand the presence of the soul. This consciousness of the soul is, however, different from the consciousness of the supreme, because the supreme consciousness is all knowledge, past, present, and future. The consciousness of the individual soul is prone to be forgetful. When he is forgetful of his real nature, he obtains education and enlightenment from the superior lessons of Krishna. But Krishna is not like the forgetful soul. If so, Krishna's teaching of Bhagavad-Gita will be useless. There are two kinds of souls, namely the minute particle and Anu Atma, and the super soul, Vibhu Atma. This is also confirmed in the Kanta Upanishad 1-20. In this way, Ano nityaḥ mahato mahiyan atmasya janto nihito grahayam tam akatum prasyanti vita soko dut draktu prasadam mahimanam atmana. Both the super soul, Paramatma, and the atomic soul, Jivatma, are situated on the same tree of the body within the same heart of the living being. And only one who has become free from all material desires as well as lamentation can, by the grace of the Supreme, understand the glories of the soul. Krishna is the fountainhead of the super soul also, as it will be disclosed in the following chapters. And Arjuna is the atomic soul, forgetful of its real nature. Therefore, he requires to be enlightened by Krishna or by his bona fide representative, the spiritual master. Om Agyana Trimedasya Gyana Gyana Salakaya Takshur Umiltam Yena Tasmaye Si Gurave Namaha Sri Tetaya Manobistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swaya Rupa Kadamaya Dadanti Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopisa Gopikata Radha Kanta Namasute Van Chakarpata Rubista Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patita Pavanabhyo Vaisnabhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamit Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Guravani Pracharine Nirvese Sasvinabhtarine Jai Sri Krishna Tentaya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Tivasare Kudabhakta Venda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nāyaate mriyate kadācit nāyaṁ bhūtvā tam vana bhutya ayo nityaḥ śāśvato yam purāṇo nāyaṁ hanyamāne śarīre. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, nor does come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Hare Krishna. Again, thank you for coming. So today we are reading from the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 2, entitled the Gita, content of the Gita summarized. So we are now in the 20th chapter, text number 20, which explain about the soul. We have, Prabhupada explained here that we have two types of bodies. We have the physical body and we have the metaphysical body. The physical body is composed of 8 elements. Do you know them?
Yes.
Yes, one.
Physical body consists of 5 elements.
We have five element gross and 3 subtle one. There are 8. Yeah. So can you name one?
Water.
Water.
Fire.
Fire. Okay. One by one. Water, fire. Ether. Air.
Soil.
Earth. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the 5 gross that make the physical body. And we have 3 subtle one. We don't see them. Can you name one? Intelligence.
And
false ego and mind. The mind. Intelligence and false ego. This make the gross body.
No, subtle body.
The gross body is 5 elements, and the 3 subtle ones make the physical body. Yeah. So beyond that physical body is the spirit soul. That's why the first ABC in Bhagavad-Gita is Aham Brahmasmi. I'm not this body. I'm a spirit soul, part of Krishna. So even Arjuna was having doubts. Because when Arjuna faced the opponent party in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he told Krishna, these are my relatives. Why should I fight them? If I kill them, I'll become sinful. By killing my family people because of worldly enjoyment, I'll become sinful. But Krishna said, oh, Arjuna, you are speaking like a wise man. But you don't know that for the soul, these people you are seeing, the body is already dead. The soul is everlasting. The soul doesn't die. For the soul, you don't cut it into pieces. You can't wet it with water. You can't burn it. You can't cut it with anything. The soul is part of Krishna. The soul is called Sakshit Ananda Vigraha. It is eternal. It is blissful. And it is knowledgeable. Just like Krishna. Krishna is Sakshit Ananda Vigraha. Krishna is the supreme soul. He doesn't die. We don't die. We only change bodies. That is called transmigration. We take one body from one body to another. There are 8,400,000 species of lives. And these 8,400,000 species of life, they have different desires. Any desire you want, Krishna have a body, Krishna will give you the type of body you need. Like before I become a devotee, I was a Christian. I used to go to church. So I asked my Reverend Father, do animals have life? They said the animals have life, but they don't have soul. They have life, but they don't have soul. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, I understand that there are 4 things we do in common with all living entities, both animals, plants, reptiles, any birds, name it. We have 4 things we do in common. Eating. Everybody. As in the morning, you see monkeys when they wake up, what they're looking for? Food. The birds, the fish, everything they eat to live. If you don't eat in this world, you don't live, you will die. So all living entities that have soul, they eat to maintain the body. Second, sleeping. We sleep. Very soon at 9 o'clock, throughout the whole day, walking, chanting, distributing books, cooking, doing everything, devotional service, the body becomes tired. So you need to take rest. So you go to bed, you sleep. Everything. If you wake up 12 o'clock at night, walk in the streets, everywhere is quiet. People have gone to bed. Even the monkeys have gone to sleep. the birds, everything goes to sleep. Even the fish. I was doubting before. I say, do fish sleep? Prabhu, fish in the sea, do they sleep? They sleep? How? Krishna is super excellent. Even when you are in the boats in the sea, it shakes like this. But the fish can sleep inside the sea without no disturbance. They sleep. Third, what do we all do in common? Eating, sleeping, what again? Mates. We mate so that we can produce. Just like it is said, Prabhupada said here, this body undergoes 6 processes of transmigration or changes. Like when you are small, very young, you are in the womb of the mother, very young. And when you are giving birth to, you cannot do anything on your own. You cannot drink, you cannot walk, you depend on your mother. So you become very childish, you become helpless. So you stay for a while and you start creeping. A human being, we have 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. 4, when you are young, you start to creep with your 4 legs. When you are grown up, you start to walk with your 2 legs. When you're an old man, you start walking with stick. You become 3. 4, 2, 3. So we're gonna go say this, and after you grow, then you get married, become a man, and when you get it, then you married, you get children, offsprings, and you live for some time, you get old, then you become invalid. Like some old people who are very too old, they unless they take them out in the sun, more like when the weather was cold, they cannot walk. They have to take them. They are too old. It's not good to be too old. When you are too old, become a liability. You should pray only if you are not a devotee of Krishna. But if you are a devotee of Krishna, even if you are old, devotees take care of you. See, like in the case of Japataka Maharaj, though he's bodily disabled, but his devotees are taking great care for him. If he was in the material world, he would suffer. But as a devotee of Krishna, Krishna provides devotees who are taking great care of him. Even if you see devotees, old devotees, they are strong because they are performing devotional service to Krishna. Krishna gives them energy. So, I will tell you a story in the Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, there is a king called Chitraketu. Chitraketu was a king. He married to 80 million queens. But he didn't have a child. He was praying to Krishna. Krishna, God, I'm a king. When I pass away, somebody should take my throne. But I don't have a child. So he was lamenting. And one day, Narada Muni came to his house, to his palace. So when Narada Muni saw him, he was smiling to welcome the sage happily. But they said, your heart is the index of your face. If you are happy, if you have money, your face is always smiling, like Favo. If you are rich, you're always smiling. Poor people, that's why you see poor people, they are always ugly. Because they always think bad. They are struggling. But if you are okay, you always look beautiful. So the king, because he was not happy in his heart, he's not happy because he don't have a child. So when Narada Muni saw him, he said, King, you look rich, but you're not happy. The king wanted to disclose, to keep the secret. He said, okay. Narada Muni said, tell me, you're not happy. Are your subjects not obeying you? He said, are your wives not giving you pleasure? Is your treasury poor? He said, everything I have. But later he said, oh, sage. He said, one thing I don't have. He said, I'm a king. I've ruled the whole world. I'm emperor. But I don't have a child. Oh, please, can you do something for me to have a child? If I get a child, I'll become the most happiest person in the world. Then Narada Muni said, "O king, if you get a child, two things. You become happy and you become distressful." The king said, I don't care. Once I get a child, I'm happy. Either being distressed or happy, I don't care. Narada Muni said, okay. So Narada Muni gave him some sweet rice. He said, give to your wife. And he gave to the eldest wife. The wife ate the rice and she became pregnant. Now, trouble is coming. 80 million queens. He's now abandoned all the...
80 million is not 1 crore.
1 crore, thank you, Mataji.
10 million.
10 million, thank you. So he abandoned all the other wives. He was now concentrated to only the only wife that is pregnant. And he was happy. He invited the whole world to that when my child is born, all of you should come to celebrate my child's birthday. So when the child was born, he invites even the demigods, Indra, Ganesh, all the great demigods, Shiva, they all came. It was a big feast. He was very happy. He said, I'm the most happiest person on earth. Krishna has blessed my prayer. Krishna has answered my prayer. I've got a child. This child will be the cause of my happiness. So he was happy. Now he don't have time for the other queens. Only the only queen that has got a child for him, he has only time for. And the other queen said, oh, now we are in dilemma. See, our king don't love us again. Now he only loves his son and his wife, and he neglects us. So what should we do? So they all make a meeting. They ask each other, what should we do? The other one said, forget about sin. No, the other one said, no, we should not do that. The other one said, okay, let's kill the child. So they all combined. They poisoned the child. And the child was, when they put the child on the bed to sleep, the servant who is the caretaker of the child, she went to take bath. So when they come back, the child has been poisoned. So when she wake up the child cannot function again. The soul has gone. The body is only lying down there. The soul is gone. So Prabhupada said the soul is the symptom of consciousness. When the soul is in the body, we can do anything. Without the soul, we cannot function. So the lady was trying to wake up the child. When he wake up the child, the hands are like this. The eyes are gone. So she cried. Wah! And the whole compound, everybody said, what's going on? Because if the queen see the dead child, the queen might suspect her that she killed the child. So she was crying. And the queen came. Said, what's happened? He said, the child is no more functioning. The child has died. When the queen fall down, she rolled on the ground. She cried. And the message went to Titrake, to the king. You know, those men hardly cry. Even calamity, men hardly bring tears. Women will cry, but men is difficult. Titrake to cry. He cried, he fall on the ground, he roll on the ground. He got up, he fall down, he get up, he fall down, he fainted. He fainted. Now his happiness has gone. Now distress has come. Because of the child, he was having hope that because this child will bring happiness to my life. We see all these cases every day. We see in our lives. Some of us have children. But today we are here. The children are somewhere in America, doing work somewhere. Sometimes when you are old, your child cannot even take care of you. The one you suffer for, when you are small, you take her to educate him, give him everything. But when you are old, he will not be with you. Now we are thinking these are our children. They are not your children. They are Krishna's children. They only come through you. This is what we read in this chapter. They only come through you. They are individual souls. They come to perform their past karma. They have done something in their past life. Mostly Krishna's children, they are devotees who have passed done devotional service, but Prabhupada said in this Bhagavad-Gita, in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Wherever you stop, you come back in the next life. Maybe you take birth in a devoted family, or you take birth in an aristocratic family. But the highest is to take birth in a devoted family. Then from there you can practice devotional service. Gradually, you go back home, back to Godhead. So, Titraketu, he was crying. He cried. He said, "Oh Krishna, you are not kind. How can you give somebody a child and you take the person, you make the child die?" He said, it is not natural for a child to die before the father. It is not natural for a child to die before the father. According to Bhagavad-Gita, yes. Always the father die first and leave the property for the child. But if a child die before the father, it's not good. It's an inauspicious sign. So, Titraketu was blaming Krishna. Why you do like this? Why you take my child? Even the wife said, Krishna, why do you make relationship? Why do you created death? You should have not made somebody get a child and the child die. Why should you do like this? Now the Muni came and told the king that, why are you crying? The king said, I'm crying because of my lost son. Now the Muni said, I told you before, this child will be the cause of your happiness and your distress. So Nada Muni wake up the child, and the child asked his father, my dear king, are you my father? I have got fathers in my previous life, many fathers. I don't even know them, and you are crying for me. You are not my father. My father is the supreme patron of Godhead, Krishna. So don't lament. I just came in your life to give you a lesson. So after he speak like this to Titraketu, he died again. So this is a lesson for us to learn that the soul is part of Krishna. The soul doesn't die. The soul is everlasting. It has knowledge and it is blissful. That's why when there is kirtan, we dance. We are happy by nature. And we are eternal. We don't die. We only change bodies. Another instance in the Bhagavatam, there is a man called Mrigari. Mrigari is a hunter. He learned this profession from his father. He used to kill animals. He will shoot the animal, he break his leg, and the animal will struggle with the 3 legs. He will break another leg. The animal will be dragging with the 2 legs. He will burst one eye. He will cut one ear. He will punish the animal till the animal die. So one day he was about to shoot the animal, and Radhamuni appeared to him. He said, "Oh, Mrigari, what are you doing?" He said, "I want to kill the animal." He said, "Why?" He said, "They are our food. The animal, they don't have soul. It's food for human beings." And Radhamuni said, "No. All living entities have right to live. They are part and parcel of Krishna." Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavad-Gita 18:16-23, Yas sastra vidim utrisya, vantante karma karata, asasi demapunoti, nasukana paramgatin. He said, one who discusses scriptural injunctions and act according to his own whims attain neither happiness, nor perfection, nor the supreme destination. One who acts according to his own whims. Whimsical means you don't follow the laws of God. You just behave whimsically. Your life will never be happy. You will never go to the supreme God. And no happiness, no perfection in anything you do, and you not go to the supreme destination. You not go to the supreme God. Not like we have 4 pillars in ISKCON. Who know them? No, 4 regulatory principles. Who know them?
No stealing, no gambling, no intoxication,
No illicit sex.
No live with the outside marriage.
Yeah, thank you. No meat eating, fish or egg, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. Now, why no meat eating, no fish? Why? Why don't we eat fish? They don't have life. You just kill it, or meat, you kill it, you eat, you get protein, you live happily. Why? Who know why?
It provides cruelty, to avoid cruelty.
Thank you. You become cruel. You don't have compassion. When you kill animal, you become non-compassion, you become non-violence, or become violence. So a devotee doesn't cause violence. And we see, how do we discriminate between human being and animal? Animals have two discrimination. Animals doesn't go to school. Animals doesn't go to temple or church or mosque. Only these are the two differences. We human beings, we go to church or mosque or temple. Why do we go there? To learn that we are created on God's image. We are also having the same quality of Krishna. So we should love all Krishna's creation. So even the animals that are created by Krishna, we should love them. We should take care of them. They're like today, this morning, I was at the Gosala. I buy ladus, I feed the cows. So this is animal care. Sometimes I buy banana, I give to the monkeys. You take care of them. They are God's creation. When we kill them, we become violent. We should not kill them. And secondly, food, animal is not our food. We have 4 sets of teeth. If you look here, we have canines. We have molars. We have premolars and incisors. These are for chewing. Animals that eat meat, they don't have these ones here. They have canines. They just tear the meat and swallow. If you see dog or lion or cat when they are eating, they don't chew. They just chew, tear the meat and swallow. And the meat doesn't take long time to digest in their stomach. Very short time, like 1 hour, digest this, they go to toilet. But we human beings, we have, they said the length of our intestine is 12 times your body. 12 times. So when you eat food, it takes a long time before you pass everything away. When meat is there, it takes too long time, you got sick. So we are not meant to eat animals. And secondly, we perspire, we sweat through the body, the skin. That's why some people, when they get they sweat, they smell because of the type of food they eat. The animals that eat meat, they don't sweat like we sweat. They make like this. You see water dropping from their mouth. This is how they sweat. So we are not meant to eat meat according to biology. Even according to Krishna consciousness, we should not eat meat. It's not our food. We are vegetarians. And we are Krishnatarians. Vegetarians, they only eat vegetarian. But we offer our food first to Krishna. When the food is offered first to Krishna, it becomes prasad. So we eat it. We don't commit any crime. Second, why we don't commit illicit sex? Because the body is a temple of God. This body, we have 12 places we mark it. Let's try. Om Kesavaya Namaha. Om Narayana Namaha. Govinda Namaha. Madhvaya Namaha. Govinda Namaha. Vaisnavi Namaha. Madhusudana Namaha. Nara Namaha. Trivikrama Namaha. Let's go. Vamana Namaha. Srihara Namaha. Rishikara Namaha. Padmana Namaha. Damodara Namaha. These are, the body is a temple of God. So if you use it to commit illicit sex, you are polluting the temple of God. It's not good. Get sex with your wife is the best. This is what Krishna recommends in Bhagavad-Gita. Get married. Sex in Krishna consciousness is not a crime because it's your legal wife and you are a temple of God, you are purified, you do samskaras. When you do, it's to bring a child of Krishna, you invoke devotees to come to propagate this message. So it's a good thing to get married in Krishna consciousness. Then number 3, no gambling. You can see in Bhagavad-Gita, in Mahabharata, what caused the war of Kurukshetra. It began with gambling. Yudhishthira Maharaj was challenged by Duryodhana. He said, let's play gambling. Duryodhana knows he has a cousin called Sakuni. He's very tricky. He can throw the dice like this, it will change to winning. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is a king. He's not so fond of gambling. He only do it because of maybe game. But now he was invited, let's gamble. But he cannot refuse. A Kshatriya doesn't refuse challenge. So he cannot refuse. He said, okay, let's gamble. And they said, okay, let's gamble. When they throw the dice for Duryodhana, Duryodhana will win. But when they throw the dice for Yudhishthira, he will lose. Then I say, okay, now let's bet. Okay, bet your kingdom, your money. He bought money, he lose. Okay, they say, okay, now bet your kingdom. He bet the kingdom, he lose. He said, okay, now, but your son, your younger brother, Nakula, they sent the dice. Nakula was lost. He became a slave. So, okay, Sahadev, just again you win. Sahadev lost. Bhima lost. Arjun lost. They said, okay, now, the beautiful wife, most beautiful wife, Drupadi, bet Drupadi. And he bet Drupadi. And Drupadi, they lost Drupadi. Drupadi was in the kitchen, in his room. Because Duryodhana, was to marry Drupadi. But he didn't get Drupadi, it's because he was envious of the Pandavas. He said, bring that lady, bring her. Today, she's our slave. We will strip her naked in the public. We would make her naked in the public. Just so, because the Pandavas, they are righteous people and they are famous. For your wife to be naked in the public is very shameful. And when Duryodhana sent his brother, Dushashan, said, go bring her. And when she was to bring her, Drupadi said, oh, Faith, Bhishmadev, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, all the great sages, you are all sitting down there and I'm about to be robbed. Why do you allow injustice to happen in this community? Why? They all cannot say anything. And Drupadi was holding a sari. Dushasana was pulling the sari to naked her. So Drupadi said, oh, Arjun, the supreme archer, you are watching, they are nakeding me. Oh, Bhim, the man who was 10,000 elephant, strength of an elephant, the great, strongest man on earth. You are sitting down there, they are robbing me. Oh, Nakul, the most handsome man on earth. He's down there, they are robbing me. Oh, Sahadev, the most intelligent guy in the world. You sit down there, they are robbing me. Oh, Yudhishthira, the most pious king on earth. You sit down there, they are robbing me. You don't come and save me. Drupadi was thinking he depends on these people to save him, but they cannot save him. Drupadi said, oh Krishna, oh Krishna, oh Krishna, please help me. And Krishna was in Dwaraka. This thing was happening at Hastinapura. Immediately, Krishna knew that his devotee is in trouble. Krishna just appeared in a window, small place, and Krishna was just supplying sari for her. Dushasana pull the sari, pull. He pull, he get tired, he fall down. So, because of illicit sex, cause war. Any man on earth, if you suspect any man, another man with your wife, you would never become happy with him. Never. If that person is so kind to you, never. So these are the cause of why we don't do illicit sex. We don't do gambling. And the last one is intoxication. When you take alcohol, at one time in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Balaram used to drink something they call varuni. It's like honey. But when you drink it too much, it becomes intoxicant. You become intoxicated. So Balaram, Krishna was in Dwaraka. You know, Krishna has left the gopis for a long time. So the gopis were always thinking about Krishna. So Krishna said, Balaram, you go and give them solace that I'll come one day. Please go and talk to them. So when Lord Balaram came to, time is 6:30? So Lord Balaram came and the gopis were happy with him. Lord Balaram told that Krishna is in Dwaraka, he's thinking of you, please have courage, you will come back one day. So the gopis were happy. So Balaram was doing rasa dance also with the gopis, and he went to the Yamuna. So because he drank the varuni, he sit down somewhere and said, Yamuna, come, I want to swim in your water. Yamuna said, no, you are a drunkard. Yamuna said he would not come to meet Lord Balaram. Balaram said, you don't know that I'm the Supreme Person of Godhead? So Balaram was dragging Yamuna. That's why they said Yamuna is divided in some places. So because of maybe taking varuni. But a devotee, we don't take alcohol. It's not good. Our alcohol is the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That will make you dance. That will make you talk. That will make you sing. That will make anything make you happy. So, if there is any comment or question, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming. Hare Krishna. Any comments?
Alexander.
Yes, Prabhu.
The last statement I couldn't understand why Yamuna ji has not accepted the desire of
Balaram. Yeah, because after Balaram have taken the varuni, he take to in excess. You know, his eyes were rolling. So like his eyes, when you play too much, you relax, you feel like dizzy. Yeah, so Balaram didn't want to go far to go meet Yamuna to bath. He said, Yamuna, come nearer. Yeah. Yamuna is personified. They are personalities here. So Yamuna didn't obey to Balaram's order. So Balaram, she said, she thought Balaram, she didn't say anything, but she thought Balaram is drunk. So he didn't come near. And Balaram decided to chastise her. And she dragged her. And there was many division of Yamuna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, it's time? Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.